Range. I just be going insane.
Shawty, she pull up, she wanna come through. She said, Matt, where you at? Pull up with 6, I'll pull up with the gat. Whipping the range, now I'm in a Hellcat. And I'm all over my bands, you cannot make my ends. Kicking shit in euphoria with all of my friends. You wanna feature 100 grand bitches and paper like running man, but this shit is not no challenge. My money and bitches got balance. You tryna up the score, we is not counting. Me and my team, we got 3 different talents. Flowing like water, harmonic, melodic. My ops is frowning at me, I'm just laughing. Punching these bars while I'm up in the scene. You chasing that fame while I'm chasing the green. Lottery pick dropped by the money team.
It's the money team, man. Like, get you a fucking bag.
What's good with y'all boys, man? It's Matt back with another video, bruh. And y'all see me in the brown shirt posted up. No drip, Matt. Don't talk about it. Let's not talk about it, bruh. In today's video, we finna go over how to do the momentum spam on next gen 2K21 because it is different. It is way more difficult and confusing, and I had to spend an hour or so just figuring out why it is different, why it is the way it is. So in today's video, I just made a new build. I bought a guard build. I spent VC to get my ball control up, my speed with ball, and I figured out why the momentum spam can be weird, slow, or wrong for some people. So if you're struggling with the move or you just want to learn it, you're in the right place. So first things first, we gotta go over the SIGS and the settings before we get into the tutorial. So for controller settings off the rip, you know what I always say, every tutorial, y'all, you gotta have pro stick function should be default or it should be on shots. If you go on dribble moves, certain moves you actually can't do. Doesn't make any sense. I'm not here to explain it to you. I'm not Ronnie. You know, that man's in flames right now. That's why I just diss tracked him last week. But when you have dribble moves on as your pro stick function, sometimes you can't curry slide or do other moves, and that really frustrates a lot of people. I recommend default. It's simple. It's the way to go. Orientation, you want to go absolute. If you're on camera relative, you're just screwing yourself over because your move requires a different direction on the stick. Depending on where you are in the court, it makes everything so much more complicated. Now for the SIGS, like I said, just bought this player, didn't put on any SIGS. All that's really important is right here. Pro 2 size up escape. This will give you your curry slide for anyone that wants a curry slide combo with their momentum. And then for the basic size up packages, this right here gives you the fast momentum combos you want normal too. I know all the streamers and people on stage and all that, even though there's no stage, all those type players use Pro 2 size up, but normal 2 will give you the best for momentum spamming. For all you standstill dribblers out there, use normal 2 size up. And I put these animations just to make my player look better when he's dribbling. Like I said, this is a fresh player, fresh out the gulag, fresh out the rookieville. 72 overall. I just put the rep on and put a couple moves. So let's get into the tutorial right now, bruh. Alright, popping out to the arena. Here we go. Nice with the tutorial. Shout out Ash Cash. If you haven't liked the video or subbed with noties on, I don't know what you're doing. You're crazy. But for the tutorial, how we're doing the momentum spam today, alright? So first things first, coming into next gen, they introduced a new way to do the momentum spam, a new way to do the momentum crossover. At first, you know, in previous years, what you guys are probably used to or have heard of is that to do the momentum, you would hold right trigger and you would flick your right stick to the, let's say right here with my ball in my right hand. In previous years, what you would do is you would flick your right stick to the opposite side of the ball hand, and you would hold your left stick forward into the opposite side of the ball hand. So it would be like right now, I'd flick my right stick to the left, and I'd hold my left stick forward to the left. That doesn't work anymore. In 2K21, they added a new version of it. In addition to that, you could do whichever one you wanted, which would be flicking your right stick up and then holding your left stick forward to the opposite side of the ball hand. Now, on next gen, instead of having both of those, they took away the old momentum, or at least the old input to it. The momentum's the same, but now you have to do it by flicking your right stick up. Although, a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are getting slow momentums, and a lot of people, you know, it's really annoying. I just sat here for, you know, a good hour, and I still even get some slow momentums. It happens, but there's a new, there's a new mechanic this year that affects the momentum, and I'm going to explain that right now as to why most of y'all can't do it. So first things first, to do the momentum on this game, bruh, you need to flick your right stick up and then hold your left stick up to away from the ball hand. So let's say right now I'm flicking my right stick up and I'm going to hold my left stick forward to the left right after. But you don't hold sprint this year. If you hold sprint, usually you don't get the right animation. You can hold sprint, but majority of the time I get a slow momentum like that. And what I noticed, bruh, is literally it's a lot, you know, the momentum speeds are very weird this year. You can get fast ones, you can get slow ones, and it's mad confusing. But the way I pretty much figured it out is that to get the fast momentum, which is what you're going to want to spam with, like you see right there, is there's this new system this here, right, called adaptive, I'm pretty sure it's called adaptive triggers, or no, that's for PlayStation, adaptive joysticks. Either way, hopefully I put it on the screen now. In the blog months ago, they talked about the fact that if you flicked your stick faster, it would affect how smooth your moves are chained, or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what applies here, because I noticed that when you flick the momentum, both joysticks, not you flick the left one too, and you do it very quickly and precisely, it works better. So pretty much what I'm telling you guys right now is just use momentum spam. To do it more efficiently and to do it better, you have to flick it really quick. Now don't listen, bro. Before I go over it, don't break y'all controllers. Do not break y'all controllers doing this. I shouldn't hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want y'all breaking y'all controllers because of a MattRadiant tutorial. But to do that little double momentum right there, I flicked it really quick. You gotta do a really clean, quick, precise flick. Pretty much when you spam it, you have to do one stick and then the other. So you're gonna go right stick up and then left stick, you're gonna flick it up to the left, but you can't do them as a 1-2 motion. You gotta like go a one before you click the other one. All right, that's pretty much how it goes. So in previous years, it would be like right stick, left stick, then it would be right stick, left stick, and you would do it as a back and forth motion. I've gone over this many times in previous videos. This year, you have to click one stick and then the other. It's like back and forth. If you do them together at the same time, you get the slow momentum, and it can be really annoying. So flick your right stick, then flick your left stick, then flick your right stick, then flick your left stick in the direction it's supposed to go. Of course, right stick being up, left stick being diagonally forward to whatever side the ball is away from. And yeah, that's pretty much how you do the controls. I'll cut to myself again. Alright, so if anyone's still confused pretty much on the move, really all you gotta understand is the momentum this year. To get the fast one, you want to cancel out the standing cross animation. That's the way to think of it. So see this crossover right here, you get this from flicking your right stick up. Essentially the fast momentum is like a cancellation of that, because when you flick your right stick up and then hold your left stick the other way or flick it the other way, you first see this animation and then you move out of it and it creates a momentum. So right there, I'll try and get a better animation. If I flick it and then move it, you see a little bit of that standing crossover before the momentum hits. So that's pretty much what creates a momentum crossover, is doing the standing crossover and then aiming your left stick right after it, because that's how the momentum is formed. Standing crossover and you create momentum going the other way. So what you want to think about is pretty much flicking your right stick up and then flicking your left stick the other way, upwards, and that pretty much creates, the cancellation of the crossover. It creates that fast momentum, and that's how you're going to spam it. So pretty much looking like that right there. All you got to do is flick your right stick up, flick your left stick up to the other direction, and you got to make sure you do it in a 1-2 motion. It's not like it's back to back anymore in previous years. You just want to go right stick, left stick, right stick, left stick when you spam it. A little faster than how I just worded it, but I mean, yeah, man, it pretty much comes down to just how clean your stick flick is and not flicking them at the same time. Because if you flick them at the same time, bro, you're definitely not going to get the fast one. You're going to get the slow one like I just did right there and messed up, and it's trash. You have to go one stick and then the other. So if you're training to learn, the momentum spam and the MyCAREER right now, listen, bro, if you're getting the slow momentum, it's not your fault. I dealt with that for literally the past hour, and as you can see, a couple times, I'll still get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the fast one right there. It looks pretty nice, but it takes a lot of time to learn the timing, because this game focuses on smoothness and rhythm when it comes to flicking your stick. It's similar to on PlayStation, how they have adaptive triggers. This is like an adaptive stick setting on 2K. So it really comes down to how fast you flick your stick. You can't control it by direction or whatever. I was waiting to figure out if there was a fast one and a slow one based on trigger, right trigger direction, all that. No, it's literally the speed and how fluently you just flick the stick. I know it sounds stupid. I agree. It's dumb. I hate it. But to do the momentum spam, you gotta flick your right stick up and flick your left stick up to the opposite direction of the ball hand. So in this case, it would be up to the left. You gotta do it mad quick. And to spam it, you're gonna go back and forth. So right here, to do the momentum spam, I'm gonna flick my right stick up and then flick my left stick up to the left. And then immediately after, I'm gonna flick my right stick up and then flick my left stick up to the right. All right. So one more time, very slowly, right here to momentum cross, left and then right as a 1-2 punch. Flick my right stick up, flick my left stick up to the left, and flick my right stick up, flick my left stick up to the right. All right. And there's me messing it up. And there's me getting the slow one. Like I said, it happens. You gotta try again. There we go. Nice little triple momentum right there. Pretty much, it's different than last year, guys. It's definitely not as easy. It's almost not efficient either. But what you want to do is, it's not like a 1-2 punch anymore with right stick and then left stick immediately after. It's really just right stick, left stick, right stick, left stick, equally spaced out. But it's so inconsistent, guys. I'm not gonna cap. It can be really annoying to try and get down, because you'll get the slow one a lot. You gotta stop. You gotta be completely standing still like that, because if you're just slowing down and you try and do it, a lot of the time you get a slow one. It's mad confusing, bro. But pretty much what you want to do is, instead of flicking one and then the other mad quick, you want to literally flick one, boom. It's almost like canceling out the standing crossover animation. So once you see this crossover with the right stick, hold your left stick to the opposite side. Or flick it to the opposite side, I should say, my fault. See that right there? That pretty much happens when you flick them one by one. That's a combo right there of actually not flicking any of them at the same time. It needs to have a quick flick due to the adaptive joysticks this year, but it also needs to not happen simultaneously. The right stick and left stick should not be being flicked at the same time. If they are flicked at the same time, that's why you get the slow momentum, alright? So to pretty much break that down, fast momentum comes from the sticks being flicked at opposite times. Right stick, then left stick, then right stick you flick. And you know, as opposed to right stick and then left stick as a follow-up while holding it, you know what I mean? You don't hold anything, you take turns flicking them this year. It's different. But yeah, pretty much. So that's pretty much the momentum spam on this game on Next Gen 2K21. If you have any questions, I'm down in the comments below. I respond to everybody. Comment, ask your question, I'm there. Anyways, bruh, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. It's been MattRadiant. Catch y'all boys later. Peace out, boys.
Lately you've been on my mind like all the time. To get you out my head. Said it like 100 times, I'm sad inside.